Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Cheesy here. If today is your first time on here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button so you could become a family. In today's channel, we're going to be making a reversible hair bonnet. So if you're interested, you would want to pay close attention to this. So to get this, I'm going to be making use of my two fabrics. I have my African print and my silk fabric. So this is my half-inch elastic. You can make use of 1 inch. You can make use of any inches of elastic you want, depending on how you want your hair bonnet to look like. Then I have my tape, my scissors, and my chalk for this. So please pay close attention so you don't get confused with this. So first of all, I will set aside the black fabric and I'll be making use of my African prints for the first cutting. So what I have to do is spread out the fabric and measure the 4 sides. I'm going to be having a square fabric just like this. You can use, in this fabric, I'm having the 4 sides, I'm having 25 inch. For the 4 side, I'm having 25. The wideness is 25 inch, then 1 inch folding allowance. For the straight part is also 26. Everything was 26 for the 4 side. For the square part, you can make yours bigger, you can make 30, you can make 27, 28, depending on how big you want your bonnet, your hair bonnet to look like. But if you're making for a baby, yeah, for kids, I will advise you should use either 17, 16, 18. Do not exceed 18 for kids. Then for adults, I think 22, 25 to 30 to whatever, to how big you want, because most people like big hair bonnets. So but in this one, I'm going to be making, mine will be big but not that big. So let's get into it. So what you would do now, what we're going to do now is to fold the fabric into 2. There are different ways to get a circle shape, but I'm going to be teaching you one way in this tutorial. Maybe in my next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you the other way to get a circle shape. So after folding your fabric into 2 just like this, make sure the 2 ends are meeting properly. Just arrange your fabrics very well. Make sure it is well aligned so you don't get the cutting will not get messed up. So we're going to fold the fabric again into 4 parts. We did the first one and this is the second folding. I am going to take this again for those that doesn't understand, so you will understand properly. My teaching, I always make sure everybody understand what I am saying. You first of all fold your fabric into 2 places just like this. Make sure it is aligning properly very well so you don't get anything mixed up. So the next thing you're going to do now is to fold it again to get that 4 parts. So this is where you're going to pay close attention so you don't get this mixed up. Guys, please pay close attention. What we're going to be making use, the parts we're going to be using is this 4 plate, this side that are closed. If you watch, we have four fabrics here after folding, the 2 here and the 2 at the other end. That is 4. We are not making use of the open part, we are just making use of the closed parts. Note guys, we are making use of the closed parts. So what we're going to do now is you get your tape and take the measurements from the top to the down. So here we are having 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 12 all round. So whatever yours is giving you, if it's giving you more than 12, if it's giving you less than 12, you just have to make sure that you take the same 12. If it's 12, take 12 all round. If it's 10, take 10 all round. If it's more than 12, just make sure you get it all round. This is it. So I am going to be tracing that to the end parts. What we're going to do next, you get your scissors and you cut. Note, when cutting, do not cut on the chalk, cut below the chalk. You're going to see what I'm doing. Cut below where you marked. Do not cut on top of the chalk. Cut below it and you're good to go. So this is what you're going to get after cutting your fabric. This is a circle shape we just achieved. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, but if you don't understand, you can leave a comment down the comment section, and I'm still going to do this again for you to understand properly. So what we're going to do now is to get our fabric, our other fabric, the black fabric, and just trace it from this circle we've just achieved from the first fabric. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to achieve that. We're just going to trace it. You're not going, this is a very simple one. You're not measuring anything. You're just going to place your fabric, spread your fabric, and make sure you're getting a bigger fabric so that it will contain the first fabric you cut. So this is the black silk I am making use of. You can make any use of you can make use of any color you want, but I think that this black gave my African print the perfect combination. So what we're going to do now is to place our African print, the one we first cut. We'll place it very well on the black. Note, you're not folding the black fabric, you're not folding it, just spread it out. Then you place your circled shape that you achieved from the African print. Then you trace it all round. Make sure you trace it well and cut it all round, just like this. Please, when cutting, you have to be very, very calculative. You have to be very careful so that you don't make mistake in cutting both the African print. You're just tracing the black from the African print we first achieved. I don't know if you guys understand, but I pray you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So this is it. We now have our black circle shape and our African print circle shape. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to place the front fabric, the front African print with the front silk. That we are placing them together, and we're going to go to our sewing machine and sew it all round. So now we are done sewing it all round. What we're going to do is that when I was sewing it, I left about half an inch opening. I did not stitch everything. I left a little space where I am. From there, I am going to be turning my fabric to the other side, to the front part, where I am going to make a sew for my elastic. So this is it. I've turned my fabric, so I am going to take 1 inch, half inch down for my half inch elastic to pass. Yeah, just like this. I have made that. I have gone to my machine to achieve this. So this is where my elastic is going to be passing through. But when sewing the second part, the front part, you're going to sew it all round, because we first of all achieved an opening in our first sewing. So we're going to get our elastic and pass it from the opening we made from the first part. So to achieve the size of the elastic, I went ahead using my tape to measure the circumference of my head. I don't have that kind. My head is not that big. So what I got was 22. So any measurement you get from the circumference of your head, what you're going to do is that you're going to minus 2 from it, because this is an elastic. So we'll go ahead passing our elastic through that gap. As you can see, the bonnet is already forming. Yeah, the bonnet is already forming. So when you're done, you just have to tie the two sides. You can go to your machine and stitch it, or you can tie it whichever way you want to do. You're welcome to do so. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate. Please guys, I would want to know what you think about this bonnet down the comment section. Leave a comment down below, and if this is your first time on here, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification button, like and share this video. See you on my next tutorial. Bye.